This is the 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. It is all new for this year. Both the beautiful exterior, which is all modern and updated, and the interior, which will blow you away. And you want to stay for the test drive, and in the end, we'll talk about competitors, pros and cons, and the pricing. This vehicle is all new and will be running for North American SUV of the Year. The first thing you're going to notice is the front end is different. An LED light bar across the front, LED lights, and this Lincoln logo, it illuminates at night, and it's beautiful and has a very unique lighting signature, which is important when you're buying a luxury SUV. There are 3 different trim levels: Premier, Reserve, which is our test car, and Black Label, which has that hybrid motor, and we'll talk about that when we go under the hood in just a second. Our test car is the Reserve, which is the mid-level, and it comes with a jet appearance package, which means lots of black details, including these really unique alloy wheels that are 22-inch, really pretty, and goes really nicely with the new design. Curb weight is 4,554 pounds, and a panoramic roof is on our test vehicle. One thing you'll note is the door handles are part of the trim that goes around the windows. So this is how you open the door. Very nicely done, very clean, very modern, and super smooth. The warranty is 4 years, 50,000 miles, and maintenance is included for 4 years, 50,000 miles as well. That will save you quite a bit of money compared to some of the competitors. Coming around to the back of the vehicle, Lincoln has been listening to us because they tucked that wiper blade up underneath, which is great. What it does is it allows you to have longer life out of that wiper blade, and when it's icy and you scrape your glass, you won't be damaging that wiper blade. Across the back of the vehicle, you can see this modern look carries not just on the exterior, but also to the interior, which I promise you will be impressive. The Nautilus seats 5 people in 2 rows. It includes a leather-wrapped heated steering wheel, 10-way adjustable heated and ventilated seats, and memory seat settings, and a remote keyless entry are standard. However, you can upgrade to these amazing seats, which are 24-way power adjustable seats, genuine leather upholstery, massaging front seats, heated rear seats are available, and 2 latch systems in the second row for child safety seats. Getting into the second row, this all-new frame and design gives us more room in the second row, which is great for those passengers. Behind each seat are 2 USB-C charge ports, which is great whether you're charging extra items in the front or someone's in the second row and they have a lot of items to charge. Then again, that's what we're all doing these days. Behind the center console, you've got your 3-stage heated seats and your ventilation. Really nice full leather seats. In the door, you've got your Revel speakers, which are beautiful metal frame, big bass speakers in the door, nice leather. There is no sun shields, which I'm kind of surprised at this price point, but some of the competitors have that. So you can always buy aftermarket stuff, but it's nice to have it built into the vehicle. Really nice materials. Armrest comes down. There is a cup holder here and additional storage in the middle. Seats fold down, 60/40, but I have to say this beautiful glass roof comes all the way back. Really nice experience in the second row. Under the hood are 2 engine choices: a turbocharged 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine with 450 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. Backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission, our test vehicle does 0 to 60 in about 7.3 seconds. Fuel economy, 24 miles to the gallon combined. The other engine option is a hybrid turbocharged 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine that gets 100 kilowatt. The second engine choice is Black Label only, which is a hybrid turbocharged 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine with a 100 kilowatt electric motor for a total output of 310 horsepower. 0 to 60 time is 6.6 seconds. Fuel economy is just a little bit more at 30 miles to the gallon combined. All Lincoln Nautilus come standard with all-wheel drive. There are 2 things you notice when you first step into the vehicle, and the first thing is 48-inch panoramic camera that is quite spectacular, and it's completely customizable. You want it all off, you just want the speedometer, you can do that. You want the navigation and all the goodies. I like all this information because then my eyes are on the road. It's a quick glance down rather than to the center screen. But that center screen has a lot of additional information that you can not just adjust this panoramic camera, but also you can adjust everything. This is an 11-inch screen. It has all of your safety features that are here. One of the things that's super impressive that we got a chance to see when we first got the first look of this vehicle is Lincoln Rejuvenate. Basically, it's a spa in your car. So it changes the lighting, the seating position, the screen visuals, it's massaging seats. It's really quite impressive, especially for the driver and the passenger, especially if you've had a stressful day. This will take down that stress. I think I'd want to do this every day before going into the house and just going back to life. There are also 3 scent cartridges that are in the center armrest. These aromas range from patchouli, which I hope I said right, cashmere, and fresh linen. The optional package, which we have on our test vehicle, includes aluminum trim, copper colored interior stitching, which is really pretty, nice and soft, and a redwood theme, which is exclusively offered on the Nautilus Black Label, which we will review on a separate review. The Lincoln Way app is standard, and that includes start, stop, locking, unlocking, and location of your vehicle. So our test vehicle is the 2-liter turbocharged engine, which is fine. It's pretty standard. I think every manufacturer makes a 2-liter turbocharged engine across the complete lineup, and of course the competitors. Now, the first thing I noticed when I got in the car, besides, like I said, the beautiful 48-inch panoramic screen, is the steering wheel. It is different. Now, if you've driven a Cybertruck, then you're gonna go, oh, it looks kind of similar to that. That's a yoke style, and that's also an option. But on top of that, one of the things that you note is that it's done this way for a reason, not just because of styling. The flat bottom steering wheel makes it easier for you to get in and out of the vehicle. The flat top allows you to see the full panoramic gauges, which you would not be able to see if you had your traditional steering wheel. You'd be looking underneath. So instead, Lincoln said, let's design it so it's flat. And instead of looking through this little gap, you look on top of it. And that's what you see right away, is really nice, clear view. Now, the exterior is really nice and modern, but the interior is even more impressive. Not just the audio system, but all of the technology. Now, there are different drive modes for this car. That is down here on the center console, and it's got conserve, excite, slippery, deep, eco, all your usual drive modes. I'm gonna leave it in excite because that's how I like to drive. Now, a lot of people would drive in comfort and normal, and that would probably be where you would drive it on a regular basis. So here are some other things that you'll note. There is nothing on the steering wheel that says what it is. So when you put your hand over it, you have your volume up and down, or you're shifting on the right side. And of course, all the way down here is if you want to ask Lincoln a question. On the left side, you have the cruise control. You put your finger on it, and you can set it up for also lane departure warning, which I'm going to shut off because it drives me crazy. Some people like the nannies. Personally, for me, I'm not a fan. Now, there is Blue Cruise available on this vehicle, and what Blue Cruise does, they call it self-driving. There's no such thing as self-driving. Let's just clarify this, not even Tesla. What this does do for you is not just lane centering, but allows you distance between the vehicle in front of you. You can take your hands off the wheel so I can talk, but you still got to keep your eyes on the road, and that little bar right here, that's right in front of you, this makes sure your eyes are on the road and you're not staring away, because if so, it'll intervene and shut the system off. And that's a safety feature. So if you're going to be using this, just be aware you can't fall asleep or go sit in the back seat or anything silly like that, because people do silly things. But as far as the vehicle itself and how it works, really easy. If you've owned a Nautilus in the past, you're going to feel really comfortable in this car, but you're going to instantly see the new, beautiful, modern, relaxing interior. It's super quiet. And I'm driving on a rough road intentionally, and I don't even hear it. That's one of the things you don't realize right away. You're like, what's missing from my usual drive on this road? It's quiet. And that's important. That's what Lincoln's about. They're not fighting in that sporty market like the M cars or the RSQ, fill in the blank. What this is competing with is luxury. So you're looking at Lexus and other brands that are right in that spot, and they want a piece of that market. All right, let's see how this vehicle handles in the corners. Now, one of the things I noticed while driving this for a week, that when you're in the excite mode, my favorite mode, that the rear end doesn't seem to be as sporty. So keep in mind, this is not a sporty car. This is not an AMG. This is not, like I said, all these performance cars, but it's a little jumpy in back. And this is something either you get used to or you love or don't love, I guess. And so as we get into these corners and put a little power onto it, it's a little bit jumpy. It's not like you're going to throw it around like you would a race car. It's not. It's a luxury car. Okay, let's try my usual U-turn and see how this does. And it's equivalent to pretty much everything on the market, which means it's a long chassis, but it does not give you the ability to make a U-turn. Very few vehicles make the U-turn here. This vehicle is real. Everything is real. Real metal grills on the audio system. The audio system is spectacular because as cap, I can't let you listen to the music, but you can do that at the dealer, and I highly recommend you get a chance to play whatever your favorite music is so you can get a feel for that. Pickup in the excite mode is good. It's not a rocket ship, it's not meant to be, but it's good for an on-ramp and avoiding an accident, which is really important when you're buying a luxury vehicle. The last thing you want to deal with is issues with a vehicle not having enough power. This is more than enough power in this vehicle. And then if you go to the hybrid, which I have driven, but we have not officially reviewed yet, you will see that it is more than enough power and just gets slightly better fuel economy. Not a lot of body roll. That's one of the things I have to say. When you throw a car like this into the corner, you expect to see some body roll, and there wasn't a lot. And that's important because the competitors are also fighting in this area for your dollar, and I highly suggest you test drive everything that's in this category before you make a final decision. Let's take a look at the cargo space and see how much there is compared to the competitors. When it comes to cargo space, there's 36.4 cubic feet of storage. Fold down that second row, which is 60/40, and you're at 71 cubic feet of storage. Power liftgate is standard. Optional hands-free liftgate is available, and there's a spare tire, which a lot of the competitors don't have. And that's important. Even if you don't know how to change a spare tire, having one can save you if you get stuck on the side of the road. There are some pros and cons when it comes to the 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. First off, I love this new design. I love the big screen. I think that's a huge improvement over the previous generation. Comfortable ride, really, really quiet, luxurious interior, especially with the massaging seats and the Blue Cruise and all this wonderful ability to relax. Really, really nice. On a negative side, when you put it into the Excite mode, we found it to be a little bit jumpy in the rear end. Now, maybe that's something that can be tuned out, but as of this date, this is what we experienced in our test car. It's also sad there's no longer a twin-turbo V6 available, and you can only get that hybrid engine, which I really like, on the top trim level, which is the black label. There are a lot of competitors in this class, including the Genesis GV80, the BMW X5, the Porsche Cayenne, which I own an older one and I love it, Volvo XC90, Mercedes-Benz GLC, Audi Q8, and the Jaguar F-Pace, just to name a few. I'll put the full list down below and links to those reviews so that you can check them all out on one channel. Now let's talk about the price for the 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Reserve. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus starts at $52,000, goes all the way up to $75,000. That's if you want the top line black label, and there are some additional options that you can buy. Now, I have to say, in this category, that is a really good price point, and what they've done with the Lincoln Nautilus is extremely impressive. And like I said, it's running for the North American SUV of the Year. If you have any additional questions about the Lincoln Nautilus, put it in the comments down below. If you'd like to support me, you can like, subscribe, and share this video, or you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is in the description, as well as all the ways to reach me. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.